Hey guys, it's your boy Hokage here. Welcome to the video. Today I'm reviewing the 28th chapter of the Boruto series. Now this chapter came out a month ago, but so much stuff happened in my life recently. Like yesterday I came back from a 2-week hiatus, as many of you know, and I got caught up when it comes to the episode reviews. I reviewed every single episode, and I just have to do this review because the next chapter is actually coming out tomorrow, which is, I'm gonna review chapter 29 tomorrow, so I kind of had to do this before then. I know I'm late, but please stick with me until the end of this video because this chapter is actually very important, especially when it comes to Kawaki's character. And, while you wait for the next chapter, you might as well just watch this video because, it might get you even more hyped, especially because of that ending, because of what we got at the end of chapter 28, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the chapter 28, into the review of Boruto chapter 28. Now, since I'm very late and I doubt that most of you are interested in watching a 20+ minute review, I have some notes there on my computer because my laptop is here, my computer is there. And I'm gonna try and be as quick as possible, so it's not gonna be 20 to 25, it's probably gonna be 10 to 15. So yeah. Now, this chapter, just like the past couple of chapters, had a lot of slice of life elements, and in my opinion, slice of life is probably one of the most effective ways of, us creating bonds with characters. And in this case, it's Kawaki. I mean, the entire arc is called the Kawaki arc. And basically, at the start of this chapter, Naruto and Kawaki are just walking around. They're looking for this vase, like they're looking for a new vase because Kawaki broke, or already broke one vase in the Uzumaki household. And here we have, I guess, a significant moment. Kawaki and Sarada meet. Obviously, both Kawaki and Sarada are one of the most important characters of the Boruto series, and I know for a fact that quite a few people in the Boruto fandom ship these two characters. I personally ship Boruto. I think that all of my subscribers know that, but I just want to point that out. And obviously, because of many reasons, I mean, the biggest reason why Kawaki is being a jerk all the time is his, childhood, the way he was traumatized when he was a kid and all that. And it's not surprising that he was an asshole to Sarada and to pretty much everybody. Now, they were eating like some food or whatever, some snacks, and Kawaki literally didn't know what a snack is. That really shows that he pretty much never had any like warm father-son moments with Jigen. It means that everybody was fucking horrible in his life. I mean, we all know that his biological father used to beat him up all the time, and like when Jigen bought Kawaki from his father, the father of Kawaki, he actually mentioned that. So it's really tragic that he doesn't even know what a snack is. When I think later when Sarada asked him if she could have some, because like she never tried the one that's like with chocolate. Like, I don't know what candy or like what snack exactly it was, so I'm not really being specific here, but the point is Kawaki didn't want to share it. He was like, isn't this mine or whatever? And it just shows that his childhood was pretty much like survival. Like, if I get this, it's mine. I'm not sharing it with anybody. I mean, the fact that he nearly killed that kid really shows you how fucked up his life was. He even says that there are many dangerous things in this world and that you gotta be careful or whatever. This sentence, like, it's very important because apart from the car organization, this means that there's a lot more that's gonna happen in this world. There are gonna be many villains in the future. Obviously, we have the Otsutsuki clan. I don't know if Kawaki knows something about the Otsutsuki clan or whatever, because maybe if Jigen knows, he said it to Kawaki or whatever. But this sentence is huge. It's a huge foreshadowing for like the entire Boruto series, for everything that's about to happen. And I liked that that little detail, and I think Kawaki stated that he has to be on guard, right? And that just shows that he faced many, I'd say, life or death situations in his life. I mean, I remember a couple of chapters ago he killed Garo, right? That guy from the Kara. He was one of the Outers, I believe, and like they already fought in the past, and Kawaki's a kid. Like, I personally think that he's either like 12 or 13. I think that he's the same age as Boruto, and Boruto is either 12 or 13 right now in the manga. Because during the first arc of the manga, which is the versus Momoshiki arc, he's 12 years old, and right now we're nearly 30 chapters in. I'm not really sure about that, but I do think that Kawaki is, let's say, 13. But that's a kid, right? 13, that's nothing. And he already fought Gaara in the past, so I get it. Kawaki is powerful, but still, he probably had multiple fights when he was a kid, and he was probably violent many times. I mean, he killed Gaara with no hesitation. And if you think about it, that's dark. Even though Garo was his enemy and all that, still he killed him so casually, and he pretty much didn't give a fuck when he killed him. Obviously, Ino was in this chapter. Many people speculate that she might die, especially because at the end of the chapter, Kashin Koji mentioned the sensory division or whatever, and people took it as a foreshadowing that he might, attack Ino, or at some point Ino might die. I'm not really sure. Ino is not such a relevant character, so it would kind of make sense, because if she dies, that makes the entire tone darker. Everything is more like dangerous, and it gets more interesting. But then again, it's not a hugely important character so that it could like be bad. I mean, even if a character is super important, and if he dies in a right way, it can be perfect writing. I mean, look at Jiraiya's death. He was a super important character. He was a fan favorite, but I don't think anybody can say that his death was, a poorly executed scene, right? And if you truly believe so, I cannot respect that opinion. Ino, I really enjoyed her character in this chapter, especially because of the way she talked to Kawaki. She was so friendly to him. She even gave him a compliment when they left the vase. It was some Japanese word, but it was explained that it's like, I don't really remember exactly, but it was a compliment, basically. She told him to pick the vase, and at first Kawaki did pick a vase, but randomly, and then he was scolded. And at the end, he even gave an explanation. He actually wanted to stick to that vase, so that was a nice moment. Yeah, I just overall, slice of life moments, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and when he chose that vase, and was gonna put some flowers in it because she was super friendly. She's a good person. A tragic moment happens. Kawaki sees Jigen, and he drops the vase. He's completely scared. He's obviously traumatized, and after that we get a super emotional moment between Naruto and Kawaki, where Naruto hugs him and he says, I think he says, "You're safe here, Kawaki," or something like that. And it was such a beautifully drawn panel. Honestly, a very touching moment. Like, I read this chapter a month ago, obviously, just I didn't review it. I read it again just before filming this, and I remember reading it back then. It really got me, and now yet again, I just can't wait to see this in the anime. They're probably gonna add some soundtrack or whatever, and it's gonna be even better. It's gonna be in color, obviously. So yeah, now Jigen, I think, mentioned many chapters ago that Kawaki will come back at one point. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe he will keep seeing Jigen everywhere if he doesn't come back. Maybe this is some type of power that Jigen has. This specific scene, I don't think it's Jigen's power. It's just that, when Ino was about to put the flowers into the vase, it was really similar to what Kawaki experienced when he was a kid, and like in those experiment rooms or whatever. But anyway, it's excuse me, really, really sad all around. And let's go back to Sarada for a bit. Obviously, there were some funny interactions between Sarada and Kawaki in this chapter, but one thing that really stood out for me was when she said that she's aiming to become the Hokage or whatever, and that she could always like talk to her. I don't know exactly what she said, but yeah, it's like, this is why I rate Sarada's character so highly, because of her attitude. And Sarada is, she tends to be very objective and real with people. She pretty much says that you can't just, use your upbringing as your excuse, and then Kawaki mentioned his upbringing. I just didn't expect them to mention that. But yeah, it was mentioned. I mean, Sarada was always like that in the anime. She was always pretty direct. She would always tell you what she thinks. She's not sugarcoating you or anything. But at the end of the day, she's a friendly person, and she's there to help. and she's aiming to become the Hokage. And I said this multiple times. I even have, I think, a couple of videos talking about Sarada potentially becoming the Hokage. I do think she's going to become the Hokage, and I think that she's going to be the 8th Hokage. Now, please, for God's sake, don't comment Konohamaru is going to be the 8th and Sarada is going to be the 9th, because you guys said it 1,000 times. I get it. That's your opinion, but I think that Sarada is going to be the 8th. I don't think that Konohamaru is going to become the Hokage, and I don't want him to become the Hokage because his character is already too similar to Naruto in many different ways, in my opinion. So, I even have a video in which I talk about Konohamaru not becoming the Hokage, why I think he shouldn't become one. That video got some hate, I remember that. But yeah, I really enjoy Sarada's character, and as you know, Kawaki was taught that he should put some feelings inside that vase or whatever, right? And when he talks to Boruto, he pretty much says, I put feelings inside of this. Not literally, but I'm nearly quoting him exactly. Now, obviously, this is not something that you're supposed to say because it feels robotic, it feels forced, but Kawaki doesn't know how to do it differently. He doesn't know how to show his emotions. He's probably not even aware of emotions that he feels, or at least he's not even aware of most of them. And again, because he was, you know, tortured when he was a kid in so many different ways, physically and mentally, obviously, psychologically, whatever. So yeah, but I just can't wait to see Kawaki's growth from this, like, awkward. When I say awkward, I mean somebody who doesn't know basic things like expressing emotions, acting normally. You know, you're not supposed to try to kill kids or scare them if they bump into you. I can't wait to see like his development from that to like to more of like a human. Like, it's not even guaranteed that we're gonna get that. Maybe this trauma is gonna have eternal effect on Kawaki. I mean, it surely will. It's gonna have eternal effect anyway because it's gonna affect his life in a way. But maybe he's gonna be able to fight against it, or maybe he just, you know, I don't know. Maybe darkness consumes him. Maybe he remains quote unquote heartless until the end of the series. I don't know. But there are like so many interesting possibilities when it comes to Kawaki's character, and at the end, like, even more evidence to, you know, Kashin Koji being Jiraiya. But I'm you know, gonna say it for the 10th time. I'm 100% sure that Kawaki is not. Sorry, I'm 100% sure that Kashin Koji is not Jiraiya. I like 100% sure, like 100%. He might be related to him or something, but no, he's not Jiraiya. And if he is Jiraiya, like, we gotta get some serious explanations from the Boruto series because of that. But basically, as he talks to Delta and as he mentions this system where if they don't have your chakra registered, like, you know, they're gonna know if somebody infiltrated, and then he casually walks in. Like, a lot of people are confused, but if you guys remember, like, not confused but shocked, but if you guys remember, I think it was episode 53 of the anime, or 52, but I think it was 53. Anyway, it was the episode in which Katasuki, the scientist, was you know, ambushed from behind. Like, you couldn't really see who it was behind him, but you could see the beard and the cape. Like, it was obviously Kashin Koji, so it's not the first time that we're seeing Kashin Koji in the village. Like, it was an epic moment when he entered, but I wasn't shocked because, you know, as I said, he already was seen in the village. And, you know, and anyway, I mean, Kashin Koji is a spy. Like, I remember when he killed that honorable elder, I think many chapters ago, actually. Was it chapter 15, 16, 17, something like that? Like, the honorable elder didn't even see him. And, you know, Kashin Koji, this guy, like, I'm not, like, if this was a normal review, I would, like, ramble about Kashin Koji right now for like 5 more minutes, but I want to try and keep this you know, at a short length. I mean, 10 to 15 minutes isn't short, but, you know, I know that you guys are just waiting for the next chapter, so I'm gonna end it in a bit. It was funny seeing Delta's reaction when Kashin Koji entered. He's about to search for Kawaki. I'm not gonna give any predictions because I'm gonna review the next chapter tomorrow when it comes out. So yeah, another 10 out of 10 chapter. You know, when it comes to the Boruto manga, beautiful. Just to kind of give a short summary, important interactions between Kawaki and the others. He properly met Sarada in this chapter. The writers are just going deeper into his character, making the connection between him and us stronger, which is super important. You know, plot progresses in a way, like, yeah, it was slice of life, but at the end you have Kashin Koji entering the village again, and all these moments. And yeah, I really enjoyed this chapter. I don't see a flaw with it. Obviously, this is my review. You might see a flaw with this chapter. I don't. That was your boy Hokage. It's very disclaimer in the description below. If you're new to this channel and if you're into the Boruto series, consider subscribing. Did I mention that the link of my second channel is also in the description? Anyway, everything's in the description. I will see you in my next video. Bye.